Ow.
There, that gave you a fright?
Well, not much of one.
You nearly jumped out of your skin.
I never. Oh, morning, master.
Morning, kid.
Grandfather, I thought you were still abed.
No, I woke early. I had a whim to take the morning air.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll be back soon and make you breakfast. Good morning, Bertie.
Miss Nell.
Quick, over here.
I'll see you tomorrow.
There she is.
The sister in question.
No, thank you.
My little sister, Nell. Pretty, ain't she?
Morning.
Morning, Miss Nell.
Well,
Well, I admit there's no great family likeness between her and you.
is she or isn't she?
She is, Fred. Decidedly pretty. What of that?
Never you mind. We have other business.
Excuse me, sir. What? A certain gentleman wants to have a word with you.
How dare you?
I'm arresting you.
Unhand me!
How dare you? I protest! You have absolutely no reason to use me in this disgraceful manner. Take your hands off me!
Quilp, I implore you, as you hope for heaven, a week more. I swear I'll pay.
Heaven? I've no interest in the place. None at all.
You know me to be an honest man.
Ah, but if there's one thing I detest, it's an honest man.
Quilp, I beg you.
You're welcome, love.
Penny a pound of potatoes! Lovely celery, get your carrots!
Hello. Fresh up from the country, with the good earth still on 'em. Penny a pound to you, love.
I'll take £2, please.
Good day, Nellie.
Mr. Quilp. Good day.
You'll be turning your face homewards. I'll walk with you and carry that great basket.
Oh, please, don't trouble, sir.
No trouble, Nellie. I've business with your esteemed grandfather.
Thank you.
Penny a pound of potatoes, please! Get your
What a load it is. But you must accustom yourself, I suppose, for you'll have a weight of gold to carry one day, eh, Nellie?
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
Don't do that, don't do that.
Until such time as I think fit to go.
Be gone! Out with you! Get away! Do you hear me?
Aha, my dear sir. May I make so bold as to introduce
Why
myself?
do you persecute me?
I wish to see my sister, that's all.
It's a likely tale. It's the money you want, of course, isn't it? Always money. How often do I have to tell you I have no money?
And how often do I have to tell you, dear grandfather, since you raised the subject, that I know better?
Get out of here!
You see how he talks, this man with no money?
Who the devil's this?
The friend I mentioned.
Richard Swiveller, your most humble and obedient servant, sir. And, if I may attempt a slight remark.
You may not, sir. You may get out. You too.
Do you think I don't know how you poison Nell's mind against me? How you pretend to love her?
Pretend?
Yes. So you're going to work her half to death? And add a few scraped-up shillings every week to the heap of money you can hardly count?
Grandfather. What's the matter?
What, oh, young Swiveller?
What have you been saying to him?
You see how quick she is to jump to that conclusion? He's taught you to hate me.
I don't hate you, Fred. But you visit us so seldom, and when you do come, it seems it's only to bully and badger grandfather.
Yes, for the love of heaven, go away and leave us alone.
Ah, you're a prisoner, Nell. And he's your jailer.
Would you mix me a tonic, please, my love?
Of course, grandfather.
So much for dear relations. Thank God I acknowledge none.
What do you expect me to do?
What would I do with him, you mean?
Something violent, no doubt.
You're right there. Here's the money you asked for. I wish I knew in what good investment all these supplies are sunk. When you add the interest, it's a powerful sum you owe me, neighbour. Why not use your own money? You've enough of it, God knows.
Well, the prudent investor will always be looking to use another man's capital wherever a margin of profit is obtainable above interest. You follow me?
You're a deep one, you are. And keep your secret close.
Oh, I shan't forget this. Quilp. Yes, I keep it close. Hope and patience.
The old man and I'll be at daggers drawn till the day he dies. He won't leave me a penny, you see that?
A bat might see that with the sun shining.
Yes. So, I propose you marry Nell.
What?
Marry her and the old miser's hoard is yours.
But she's not yet 14.
I don't mean now. In 3 or 4 years. In the meantime, charm her. Woo her into a secret engagement. There's nothing a girl likes more than a secret engagement. Hmm?
Oi, mister!
Ah.
Ah, Warncliffe. A bottle of the rosy, if you please.
I have been instructed by the committee to inform you, sir.
Really? Wonderful guest. A letter arrived this morning from my aunt. She came through, bless her. Now, do send up that cloud.
Very good, sir.
Think. The old skinflint's bound to die soon. I mean, does he look like a long liver to you? Hmm?
You don't look like it, but these old people, there's no trusting them. I mean, take my aunt. She was going to die when I was 8 years old. Hasn't kept her word yet.
Yes. On the subject of said aunt, you could let me have 20, could you?
20?
Fact is, I've got to go abroad.
How does that?
Yes. It's France or debtor's prison.
All the same, 20.
I put you in the way of marrying my sister, haven't I?
I suppose there's no doubt the old man's rich.
Rich? I can remember when he kept 30 servants and collected those curiosities of his as an amusement.
And why does he keep a shop?
Because he's a miser. A real, genuine old hoarder. 10 years he's had that shop and never spent a halfpenny about bare necessities. Why, he must be sitting on $1 million at least. A pretty desperate old man.
Oh, well, in the circumstances, I suppose I could let you have...
I knew I could count on you.
Do I hold you prisoner, Nell?
Grandfather?
Yet your life is monotonous and solitary enough, God knows. You have no companion your age, save for one servant boy. What alternative did I have? You know, your father was a spendthrift. He ruined me. Oh, I brought you to tears. Oh, Nell.
It's only that you make me out to be unhappy, and I'm not.
Well, I'll make amends, I promise you. I swear it. And it will not just be a pittance you will have. No, you will have a fortune. You'll be a fine lady, a great lady, as your mother was. I swear it. Oh, what is this? Oyster pie. Oh? Delicious. Reminds me of the seaside. Did I ever tell you of the house I used to have at the seaside, kid?
No, master.
Oh, no, it was a fine house, you know, right on top of a cliff. And the great rooms were wide open to the good ocean breezes. Every year we used to go there, my dear wife and I. But it's the peace of it that I still remember most. The blessed peace of the place.
You're not going out, Grandfather? Not again?
Well, I'll walk with you, master.
No. Be out of your road.
Why won't you let him? I'd feel easier.
Well, part of the way. Goodbye. Sleep sound. Nellie says you are making great progress with your reading.
That's just her way, sir.
Her sweet way, yes. Well, you are the light in her life, kid. And in mine, and in mine. Well, I go off here, kid. You'd better run off home.
It's a black night, master.
Black night, yes. Well, give my regards to your dear mother.
Good night, master.
Good night, kid.
Hungry? That's good country air. Would you like to fly away into the blue sky, over the green fields and woods, all the way to the sea? Sometimes I think I would.
I'll do it again. Mass.
Grandfather, what's happened to you? You're ill.
What are you doing? Go back to bed.
Why won't you tell me? Why?
Will you do as I tell you?
Don't be frightened, Miss Nell.
Business. I said, state your business.
Is Mr. Quilp in?
Yeah, he's in there.
Wait here, kid.
All correct, Mr. Quilp, sir. I'll be on my way then.
Yeah, merrily on your way, Mr. Skinfleet. Merrily on your way. Nellie, come in.
I brought a letter from my grandfather.
So soon? Gone. Already. Gone in 24 hours. What the devil's he done with it? That's the mystery. Do you know the contents of this, Nellie?
Oh, no, sir.
Quite certain. Upon your soul.
Yes, sir. If there's a reply, I'm in a hurry to get back.
No hurry.
But my grandfather's always anxious while I'm away.
Stop them!
I'll stop them. I'll bruise them till they're copper-coloured. I'll pulp them. I'll break your face if you fight on my wharf, you dog.
He called you an hobgoblin. The ugliest hobgoblin in London. That's what he said. And he said that Miss Nell was ugly and that she and my master was in your power. Why'd he say that, Nanny?
Because he's a fool. And you said what you did because you're clever. Almost too clever to live. Unless you're very careful of yourself, Kit. Hobgoblin. That's new. Spider, gargoyle, toad. They've all been flung at me when I was a boy, you know, before the world learned to measure me by my money. But hobgoblin, that's new. Here's sixpence for you, Kit. Always speak the truth. At all times, Kit, speak the truth. Nellie, you'll come with me to Tower Hill and see Mrs. Quilp.
But I must go back. He told me to return as soon as I had an answer.
But you haven't had an answer, and you won't until I've been home.
You wait here.
He's the greatest tyrant that ever lived. And she hasn't the spirit to give him a word back. Not a single word.
And how's your husband, dear Mrs. Quilp?
Well, enough, Ma'am. Weeds are sure to thrive, you know.
Mother, please.
No one knows better than you, Ma'am, what us ladies owe to ourselves.
Do agree. Oh, indeed, Ma'am. When my poor husband, dear father, was alive, if he'd ever ventured a cross word to me, I'd have...
You quite enter into my feelings, Ma'am, and I do just the same myself.
Thank you, my dear old duck.
He has money, I suppose, when he chooses to spend it.
He gave us a roof over our heads when we had none. And he has charms and fire.
Well...
Yeah. Well, of course, one would never say that Mr. Quilp isn't a nice man. But you could hardly call him handsome.
Ah, ladies. Do go on, do go on. No, do go on. Nice, isn't it? Yeah. I've got the set now.
My dear, we didn't expect you.
Oh, shrimps. Oh, lovely. I do love a shrimp.
They were just leaving home. My dear, we didn't invite them to tea. It was all quite an accident.
Ow!
If ever I catch you listening to those acts again, I'll bite you.
Well,
You look tired out, Mrs. Ginwin. Talking too much, perhaps, for it's your weakness. You must go to your room and rest.
I'll go when I please, and not before.
Do please go now.
Well,
Go into Nellie. See if you can get anything out of her about her grandfather. Do we, huh?
Dear Quilp, since she started coming here, I've grown to love the child. She shares all her little sorrows and joys with me.
That's good.
If you could do without making me deceive her...
No, I can't, Mrs. Quilp. So do it. Take her milk and biscuits.
Yes. Yes, Quilp.
Yeah, she'll like that. And remember, I'll be at the door.
Yes. How very often you have come backwards and forwards lately to Mr. Quilp, my dear.
I've remarked on it to Grandfather many times.
Oh, no. I can't bear to see you so unhappy.
I'm not. It's only that Grandfather's so... well, so changed.
For the dear old gentleman to shout at you like that is change indeed. And you say these nighttime excursions of his are frequent?
Every night.
Yet you don't know where he goes?
He won't tell me. He still loves me the same. More. And I love him. But I'm frightened. And there's no one I can talk to except you.
Oh.
We were so happy once. We'd sit by the fire and I'd read to him.
Here's a note for your grandfather, Nellie. Don't you look pale? She's recently seen two lads fighting. That's what it is. She's very sensitive. Why don't you stay and dine with Mrs. Quilp and me, Nellie?
Oh, no. I stayed too long already, sir.
Oh, well, if you go, you go. Only to say I'll see him tomorrow or the day after. Mind you look after her, Kit. You're a keen questioner, ain't you, Mrs. Quilp?
What more could I do?
A real razor-sharp examiner.
I let her on as best I could. God forgive me.
You can thank your star she let drop a clue. He'd have felt my hand.
you brute!
Oh, dear mother-in-law, do we disturb your slumbers?
If my husband was alive, you wouldn't dare treat her so.
I wish I'd known him. I've heard he was a stoic. And bore his sufferings nobly.
Anti-villain! Monster!
Come, here. I've worked for you, you idle dog.
2 days gone. 2 days. And he's not come yet.
Shall I go to his house again?
No, it'll do no good.
Grandfather, why won't you tell me what's the matter?
Oh, Nellie. Nellie, you're all I've got in this world. I'm sorry I spoke harshly with you the other day.
If only you'd let me share your troubles. If we were beggars, I wouldn't care.
Oh, my dear, you don't know what you speak.
I do. We wouldn't starve. We'd walk through country places, and sleep in fields and under trees, and never think of money again. We'd be free. We'd be...
Quilp! How did you get in?
Through the door. I'm not yet small enough to get through keyholes, more's the pity. I'd like a word, neighbour. A private word.
Nellie, isn't it time you were preparing our dinner? How did you find out?
The card table. That's what I've sunk my money into.
But how did you find out?
A gaming den, your precious scheme that was to double my money. Daniel Quilp, of all men, taken in by a mere shallow gambler.
No, I'm no gambler. I call on heaven as my witness. I never wagered for personal gain. I never played for pleasure. It was for Nell, to save her from the hell of poverty. Oh, Quilp, I'll double your money yet. You'll see if I don't. If a man gambles long enough, he's bound to win in the end, isn't he? I mean, that's a mathematical certainty. Quilp, this is going to interest you here. Look, these are my calculations. If I throw once more, twice at the outside, I'm bound to win, you see that? It's hope and patience.
Hope and patience, you deluded old fool! You thief! You madman!
No, I implore you. Oh, Quilp, it's for poor Nell's sake. A few pounds more.
More? Now that I know the truth, not a penny, not a farthing. Margin of profit above interest.
No. But how did you find out? After all, I was secret, I was careful. At least tell me the name of my betrayer. Who was it? Someone from this house, was it? It couldn't have been. Kit? No. Kit would never play the spy.
No.
Kit. Oh, I don't believe that.
Yeah, Kit it was betrayed you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And called me Hobgoblin.
Miss Nell.
If you please, sir, I cannot stop.
I had, if you recall, the inestimable honour of being introduced to you by your brother.
I must beg you to excuse
My
me.
dear young lady, I got me flowers to strew thy way. I got me boughs off many a tree. It's a baffler.
Come on, this way. I'm coming.
The supper's ready, kid. Oh, Mother, what a provider you are. There ain't no one like you.
Oh, I hope they're many a great deal better. There ought to be, according to the parson.
God, like she knows about it.
Christopher Nubbles.
Well, when he's a widow and works like you do and does as much and gets as little and still keeps his spirits up, then perhaps I'll listen to his preaching. It's Nell.
I mustn't stay. Grandfather's been taken ill.
Lord have mercy. Look, I'll run to him.
No, he's recovering well enough. You're not wanted. You must never come near us again.
What?
He says you've done something, that you've ruined him. What is it? What have you done, Kit? He won't tell me.
Nothing. I'd done nothing.
You must have, even if you meant no harm.
I'd never do anything to harm him.
Not knowingly, perhaps.
I'd done nothing. Say you believe me now.
Here's your week's money. You mustn't return to us. Oh, Kit.
I've done nothing. Done nothing.
Miss Trent. My name is Brass. I am Mr. Quilp's solicitor and attorney. This is my sister and legal assistant. And this, as you see, is a police constable. Sally? The papers. These are bills of sale for your grandfather's goods. These are legal executions of same. And this is an order for the seizure of these premises. I have to inform you that my client intends to take up his residence here, forthwith.
In plain English, Nellie, until this painful business is settled, I'll be living here with you. Just to keep an eye on things.
Here we are, my dear.
I'm sorry to see you like this, neighbour.
Spare yourself the sight. Leave my house.
Your house? The sale of goods hasn't recovered a quarter of what's owed. I fear I shall be forced to sell the lease.
Oh, no. I'll pay. All of it. I swear it.
As you swore before.
A little more time, Quilp. You can afford it.
A day, I'll give you. 1 day. And remember, there's worse than debtor's prison. Much worse.
Mr. Quilp, might one inquire how many days you intend to stay here?
We.
Quite so.
Why? Isn't this bed comfortable enough for you?
Oh, indeed, sir. A very bower of sweet repose. A perfect...
I can't decide. After all, he did have the reputation of a rich miser.
We were deceived in that.
Were we? I wonder. I must press him harder.
By all means. In my humble opinion, you have been the very soul of charity. Some people would have had him in prison, or worse. Some people would have been all flintiness and granite.
Some people would have spared themselves the jabbering of a parrot such as you.
Delightful. Such spirits, such wit.
Cupboard bare, Nellie. That won't do. We'll go to market together. We mustn't let the old gentleman starve.
Oh, no, sir.
Your grandfather was a rich man once, Nellie.
Where are we going?
Who knows but that he might not still have some of his former wealth. In a strong box, perhaps, well hidden, or in a bank.
Where are you taking me, sir? This isn't the way to market.
If that was so, you'd tell me, wouldn't you, Nellie?
What is this place?
You know what a miser is, Nellie? Your true miser broods over his hoard of gold in secret, and will not part with a penny, not even in the most desperate extremity. He's a kind of madman, and the law treats him as such and locks him away in a place like this. That's right, Miss Nellie. Oh, yeah.
Grandfather. Grandfather, I must speak to you. I must ask you. Can you pay Quilp?
I'll pay him in time, never fear.
Do you have any money saved? In a bank?
But you know very well I don't. It's a lie put out by that brother of yours.
Then how will you pay?
It's really no concern of yours, my darling. Don't.
He'll put you in a madhouse.
Oh, no.
He will. I know he will. He showed me the place.
He showed you?
We'll go away tonight.
Where to?
I don't know. Anywhere. It doesn't matter.
He'll give me time. You see if he does.
He won't. I know he won't. He'll lock you away in that terrible place. And I'll never see you again. We'll steal away tonight. We'll go far, far away.
Where?
To the sea. We'll go to the sea.
The sea?
We'll be safe there. I know we will.
What would the law be in this case? Yeah. You have a smoke. Nothing like a smoke to keep off fever and every other calamity of life. Can I put him in the madhouse? Smoke, go on, smoke. Good, eh? Fragrant.
Famously so, sir.
Well, can I? What do you think?
What you have done before, you may do again. After all, sir, to attempt to cheat you, a man must be mad.
The threat alone might be enough. I'll swear the information tomorrow.
Bravo, Mr. Quilp.
Daniel Quilp don't need no lullaby to sleep sound. Silence, or I'll wring your neck, my merry songster.
Wait here. I won't be a moment.
All right.
Have you seen them?
Huh?
They're mine now. And they're nearly. Have you seen them?
We're free of it, Nellie. They'll never lure us back.
Do I take it?
Go on.
Go on.
Both of them. They'll have to pass the gates of hell itself before they escape Daniel Quilp.
Hey, my dear.
What news?
Oh, Nell and the old miser.
Who else, you braying donkey?
Donkey. Most colourful.
You're as slow as a tortoise and thick-headed as a rhinoceros.
Such knowledge of natural history. Well, sir, as instructed, I sent word to trusted colleagues along the principal highways.
Well?
Well, we've had a hint, sir. A hint, sir.
What's the use of an hint? They've got a good start on us.
I mean, of course, a positive sighting to the west.
West, eh? Here, read this. West, making for Bristol or Plymouth, perhaps, taking ship. Step onto any quayside between here and Land's End, I'll have you, my beauty.
I must congratulate you, sir. A statement of unambiguous lucidity, a positively Ciceronian...
Will it, sir? Can I have the old miser declared mad?
With the addition of certain statutory formula, when seasoned, as one might say, with a pinch of legal salt, when signed, witnessed and sworn before a magistrate, the answer, I believe, is in the affirmative.
Right. Do what you have to do, Mr. Brass, and do it quick, and I'll raise such a hue and cry after them as will deliver them into my hands.
Nearly. Nell? Nearly. Nearly.
Look.
Oh,
Have a look.
what have we there? Gooseberries. How wonderful. Good to see you looking so happy.
I am happy.
You know, I wonder whether I have ever known real happiness before. I've certainly never slept so soundly and so dreamlessly before I made my bed in barns or under trees. Oh, and the taste of good country food.
We have a little money left. We might stop at an inn tonight.
Well, we will lay down our heads where the good Lord wills it. Are we not pilgrims, you and I? Of course we are. Come on. Delicious gooseberries.
Oh, no, Mr. Punch, I beg you.
I'll beat you, Mrs. I'll beat you.
Oh, no, Mr. Punch, I beg you. you! I'll whack you and I'll whack you!
Oh, no! Have mercy on me, Mr. Punch! Have mercy!
Have mercy on me, Mr. Short. Have mercy on my patience.
Your patience, Mr. Codlin? You've none to have mercy on.
Good day, gentlemen.
Oh, good day, master. Yes.
So long since I've seen a Punch and Judy. I used to delight in it. Where are you performing?
Tomorrow at the fair.
But why'd you come here, of all places, to do your work?
It wouldn't do to let the public see present company undergoing repair. It'd destroy all the delusion, take away the mystery. I mean to say, would you care a farthing for the Queen of England if you knowed her in private?
Oh, yes, fair enough.
Public's fickle for all that.
This is Mr. Codlin, sir. He takes the money. It's his branch.
If you stood in front of the curtain and saw their faces, you'd understand human nature better.
It's made him what you might call a universal mistruster, sir.
I have a needle and thread, sir. I think I might do it better.
Oh, yeah? Oh. Much obliged, I'm sure.
It has the look of Quilp.
When did you say you were performing this?
Tomorrow at the fair.
And you, sir, you travel the road?
Yes, we travel the road.
On foot?
Yes, on foot.
Is your destination far?
Oh, we have no particular destination.
No destination? That's queer.
What she means is we're travelling towards the coast.
If you're looking for an inn...
We have little money for inns.
Ah, well, if you care to accompany us to the fairground, you may have your night's lodging and your dinner for nothing. Isn't that right, Mr. Shaw?
Quite right, Mr. Codlin. It's free to all on the eve of the fair, provided you has the proper interdiction, which Codlin and I should be honoured to provide.
Most obliged.
That's settled, then.
Yes. Now, a word of warning, Nell. Don't mention the name Quilp there where it could be overheard. We don't know how far and in what circles his influence may extend. Come on.
Right here, dog.
Dog yourself.
Come in, Mr. Quilp, come in. An honour and a pleasure, sir, as always. Sally, old fellow, here's Mr. Quilp.
Sally. There's the woman I should have married. There's the female, has all the charms of the fair sex and none of the weaknesses.
Stuff.
Sally Brass, you're as hard-hearted as the metal you take your name from.
Will you hold your nonsense, Mr.
Delicious. Brass, metal. Very good, very good.
Have you drawn up the paper?
Paper. Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, Sally, the paper. If you would just sign there, sir. Much obliged. No need for you to swear it yourself. I or Sally will act as proxy for you.
Where's John?
John.
Your clerk that I recommended.
John. Yes, we were, alas, forced to terminate his employment.
There was money going missing from the petty cash.
And you suspected John?
It was a maxim with Foxy, our revered father.
Always suspect
everybody.
An excellent maxim. But see to it, Brass. I want the old man declared mad. And I pay by results, remember? No results, no pay.
Fool! Why didn't you tell him John was out on some errand?
To what purpose?
Purpose? Didn't Quilp plant the fella here to spy on us? And won't he now plant another?
Well, I'm for bed.
I won't be more than a moment.
No nonsense. It's still light. There's so much for you still to see here. No.
Thank you.
Come on in, bring it over here. Lovely.
Well, Miss Nellie, how'd you like this company?
Very much so.
You know, you could take around the act with Mr. Courtenay tomorrow for a share of the take, of course. Which a pretty face like yours will double, I'm certain.
Yes, sir. But that's for my grandfather to say. Excuse me, sir.
They're no good.
You're no harm. Though it's plain the old man isn't right in his head.
He's a gentleman, though. He's had money in his time. I'd go bail on that.
If you ask me, he's given his friends the slip and persuaded that delicate young creature out of her fondness for him to go along. Now, I won't stand for that, Mr. Courtenay.
Won't you, Mr. Shaw?
Therefore, when they develop an intention of parting from us, I shall take measures of detaining them and restoring them to the authorities.
Short. It's possible, for once, there's sense in what you say. There could be a reward. A handsome reward.
We're partners in everything. Don't forget that.
Here. Here, Mum. Thank you very much, child. Mr. Courtenay.
Shh. I've come to offer you some advice, my dear. Don't ask me why. Just take it. As long as you're with us, keep as close to me as you can. And don't offer to leave us on any account. Short seems kind, but I'm the real open-hearted friend. I mayn't look it, but I am indeed. Enough said. Remember, Coddling's the friend, not Short. Coddling, not Short.
Who's there?
It's only me, Grandfather. Grandfather, I think we shouldn't stay for the fair tomorrow.
Not stay? Why not?
I saw a thief at work, picking a man's pocket.
He's very welcome to anything he finds in our pockets. Don't worry, sir. We are going to the fair. It is ordained that we go, and that we laugh and are happy.
Whatever you say, Grandfather.
I am your particular friend.
I'm a kind of madman.
flowers, Mom.
Here you are, miss.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day to you, sir.
Am I mistaken, or is there might there be a card game going?
There might be.
Do they play high?
Some do. But a gentleman with a few shillings in his pocket is as welcome as a lord with 100 guineas in his purse.
Oh, yeah. I'll be back. Nell!
Grandfather, look.
Yes? Oh, you've done famously. Oh, all those coins. Could I have one or two of them? I feel devilishly hungry.
Oh, you must take them all.
No, I quit. No.
Grandfather, I don't trust those men. I think they mean us harm. We should leave here now.
But you said you were going to help them with your Punch and Judy.
We could find more food in the town.
Yes, but you haven't seen all that's to be seen here.
I don't care for them. This place frightens me.
Oh, nonsense, child.
Mr. Short's ready to start. You've not forgot your promise.
No. No, of course not.
But I will.
Hello again, sir. It's a straight game. The house sees to that and takes its little cut accordingly.
Here we are. Hey, old Judy, let me mind the baby. Oh, Mr. Punch, you must be very careful. Now go on, let me mind the baby. I love minding babies. I love minding babies. Oh, no, Mr. Punch, do be careful. Oh, even the baby's chilly. The baby! What's the matter? What's the matter?
No joy today, sir? If you should happen to pass by Market Snaresborough, there's a regular game to be had at the Old Bull Inn. If you should fancy to chase your luck.
Chase my luck, did you say?
Yeah, hey, all right. Oh, hey, hooray, hooray. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Don't interfere! Don't interfere, I tell you! Sit down, boy! Sit down, sit down!
Hey, I did not throw the baby out the window. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh.
Grandfather! Grandfather! Please. I know they mean us some mischief. We must go now.
What?
Get out of the way! Move!
This way.
day to you.
Good day, sir.
Did you happen to know the people here?
Little Nell and the old gentleman. Oh, I knew 'em well.
Can you tell me where I can find them?
Gone in the night, there was. They come and they took all the old gentleman's goods. Then, a few days after, 2 of them was gone.
Who came? Who took their goods?
What business do you have with them?
My business is my business, but you could make it yours.
Don't know no more than what I've said. It was Quilp. Daniel Quilp.
Where may I find this Daniel Quilp?
This time of day. Most likely at his wharf. Down by the river.
Mr. Quilp in?
That depends on who's asking, doesn't it?
Mr. Quilp? That's me. Forgive me calling without prior appointment. A remarkable collection of curiosities. Formerly the property of a certain old gentleman. May I ask who asks? My name is of no importance. I'm anxious to trace the old gentleman and his granddaughter, that's all.
There's the thing. I'm anxious to find the dear old soul and little Nellie myself.
He owes you money?
Money, yeah. And that's not all.
I'll buy the debt. Cash.
To own a man's debt is to own the man.
Is it?
Yeah, to hold his destiny in the palm of your hand.
How much is owed?
That would be telling.
You won't sell the debt?
I'm not minded to. Nobody makes a public fool of Daniel Quilp.
In that case, I bid you good day.
Yeah, neighbour. What grudge is it you hold against the old miser? Come here, dog. Right, see that man? He dresses plain and he talks plain, exceeding plain. But he has money. Follow him. Stick close to him, my fine-nosed bloodhounds. Tell me everything he does.
Just a little further. Grandfather?
Yeah?
Off you go.
I can walk no further today.
We'll rest here the night. Such a pretty place.
Yeah.
Good day to you.
Good day, sir.
You look tired, friend. Have you been walking a long way?
A very long way, sir.
You're young to be traveling. Is she your grandchild, sir?
She is indeed, sir. She is the stay and comfort of my life.
I don't doubt it.
We seek shelter for the night. We have very little means, but if you could direct us anywhere, we should take it kindly.
You're welcome under my roof. I'm in a sad state of disarrangement, I fear, but you could sleep in the schoolroom, if you had no objection.
Oh, you are too kind, sir.
Come then. As you see, I am to leave this place in a few days. I swear, I've added nothing to my possessions while I've been here, yet I'd blowed if I can fit it all into my trunk. I suppose I shall have to buy another, and so pay double the charge for carriage.
If you forgive me, sir, I think perhaps if it were better done.
I'm a helpless sort of person, I'm afraid.
If I might try.
Try by all means, but it'll be a miracle if you succeed. I have to see the vicar. You'll find bread and cheese and ale. I beg you to help yourselves. Oh, and there's bedding somewhere about. If you'll excuse me, I'm expected to be punctual, though I never am.
Don't be frightened, missus. Your son knows me. I don't eat babies. I don't like them. Better keep out of that one, though, Kit. In case I should be tempted. Here's a pretty songbird I've seen before. Have you perchance heard from the owner of same? A letter or some such?
No. No, I ain't.
Come now, Kit. Oh, Dick Swiveller's here to ask the same question, if I'm not mistaken.
Your humble servant, one and all. Yes, indeed, that was the object of the present expedition. I have my own reasons for wishing to find Miss Trent. Most honourable ones, I assure you.
I only wish we did know where Nellie and the old gentleman had gone.
No little note, Kit? No tender inquiry from the West Country, perhaps, as to the health and continuing songfulness of our feathered friend here? No?
Lay your hand on that child
and I'll lay mine on you.
That's the way, Kit. Always speak the truth, remember? At all times, Kit, speak the truth.
I warn you.
And I warn you. But I must go. Please, don't press me to stay, for I've an urgent appointment elsewhere. I find her, Kit. Then you'll be easier in your mind. You seem disappointed, young Dick.
A baffler, sir. A baffler. I've entered a speculation of a marital nature.
What? Nellie Trent?
Let a veil of discretion be drawn over the name of the young lady. A speculation to the tune of £20, no less. And it proves to be a baffler.
£20? Dear me. Well, since we seem to be companions in adversity, shall we be companions in the surest way of forgetting it? I'll keep a noble Dutch gin at the wharf.
Lead me to it, Mr. Quilp. Lead me to it. £20. 20? For what, sir? Ashes. All ashes. You're a jolly fellow.
Oh, you what? Good, eh? Strong and fiery.
Little Nellie gone. Pretty little Nellie. The old miser exposed as a pauper. A man of straw. You know that, sir.
20. 20, that's a serious loss for you, I should think, Dick.
Yes, it is.
It might be within my power to find you employment.
Work?
A gentleman must sometimes stoop in an extremity. Now, do you know anything of the law? Nothing at all? No. Nothing whatsoever. Yet you'll earn your keep, my shallow-pated friend. Oh, yeah.
Bless my soul.
I borrowed one of your books. I thought you might not mind.
Pilgrim's Progress. I know pilgrims.
My grandfather says so.
It's a fine evening. I thought of taking my pipe outside. But you must be tired.
Oh, no, sir.
I do like to smoke a pipe, but the vicar doesn't approve. He's against miracles, too. I'm sorely tempted to show him that trunk of mine. I can't imagine how you did it, but I thank you.
Why are you going away? This is such a beautiful place.
The fact is, I've been dismissed. Certain irreconcilable differences having arisen between myself and the vicar. I won't beat the boys, you see. And the vicar's most decidedly of the spur the rod, spoil the child greed of education.
If I had a school, I should never beat anybody.
Well said.
He seems quite an ogre, this vicar.
Well, happily, I found a new and more congenial position where they permit a drop of the milk of human kindness to nourish the growing plants. And you, little pilgrim, do you too seek a better place?
I find this place very good. And might we stay one more day and night? My grandfather's in sore need of rest.
You're welcome to stay until I leave.
Only till Saturday.
You're wise. If you were to stay till Sunday, you might fall into the clutches of that ogre, the vicar.
Now remember, Samson Brass pays the piper, but Daniel Quilp pulls the tune.
Mr. Quilp, an unexpected pleasure.
And pleasure best when it's unexpected. Good day, my Sally. My strong arm of the law, my virgin queen of Bevis Marks.
Shame on you, Mr. Quilp, to talk so in front of a strange young man.
May I present to you Mr. Richard Swiveller, my intimate friend, a young gentleman of good family and immense expectations, who, finding himself temporarily embarrassed, is content to fill the humble station of a clerk.
Mr. Swiveller is fortunate indeed to have your friendship. You may be very proud, sir, to have the friendship of Mr. Quilp.
Mr. Swiveller wishes to enter upon his duties at once.
By all means. Indeed. At once.
Miss Sally will teach him the delightful study of the law. She'll be his guide, his friend, his companion.
Such eloquence.
With the fair Miss Sally and the beautiful fictions of the law, his days will pass like minutes.
Such flow of language. I could listen forever.
Well, he won't, because I'm off. Farewell, divine creature.
You may start by making a copy of this bill of costs, Mr. Swiveller. My brother and I are going out.
Ah, yes. Out. Right so.
If anybody should call about the room, the rent is £1 per week. Boots, clothes, and fires in winter, extra.
So I'm Samson Bronte's clerk, am I? And also clerk, it would seem, to a species of female dragon. Staggerer number 1. My aunt stops the supplies. Staggerer number 2. No money, no credit. Notice to quit the old club. Staggerers 3, 4, and 5. Under such an accumulation of staggerers, what can a man do but copy the bill of costs for said dragoness?
What did I tell you? Didn't I say he planned a new spy on us?
What of it? Do we have another client like Quilp? Look at our bill book. It's all Quilp, Quilp, Quilp. He's our whole business.
Would it be about the rooms? It would. These are very charming rooms, commanding an uninterrupted view of over the way.
What's the rent?
£1 a week.
Done. I'll take them.
Boots, clothes, fires in winter.
All other terms agreed. Here's £5 down.
May I have your name, sir?
This notice advertises for a single gentleman. That's what I am, a single gentleman.
But in case of letters or parcels?
I never have any.
Or if somebody should call?
Nobody ever calls me. Let them know my humor downstairs. I do everything for myself. If they disturb me, they lose a good tenant. If they know me to be that, a good tenant, then they know all they need about me. If they try to know more, it's no risk to quit. Understood? And good day to you.
Market Snaresborough, yes. 4 miles. We'll go there.
Shouldn't we avoid a large town if we can?
Oh, on the contrary, Nellie. Where there are people, crowds, we are inconspicuous. In a village, all eyes are on strangers.
But Quilp's more likely to have friends in a town.
Oh, we're beyond Quilp's grasp by now, my dear. I'm sure of it.
Remember your resolve. Stand up to him.
Yes, Mother.
Ah, my precious darling, my delicious charmer.
You're very late, Quilp.
Such a jewel, such a pearl without price. And the best of her is she's so meek, so mild, so much the opposite of her mother.
What's this? Another of your wicked card games? You know I will not have it.
I know why you won't. Because I take an innocent pleasure in it. That's why.
Quite right, that is the reason.
And I'm to be packed off to bed, I suppose, now that you've deigned to return.
Right again, my dear old duck.
Well, won't you say something?
Seems she won't. So off you fly to roost, my sweet old vulture. Am I nice to look at?
Yes, Quilp.
Quite the lady's man. Would I be the handsomest creature in the world if I had more whiskers? Hang on. Cards. Here. That's how to find a gambler. The card table.
Let them be, Quilp.
What?
Don't pursue them. Don't hound them. Let them go. The money's nothing to you.
What money, missus? You think it's money?
Isn't it?
I'll tell you what it is. The old miser fooled me. And the world knows it, and the world's laughing up its sleeve at Daniel Quilp. You're laughing.
No, never.
Wait till I drag him back. Wait till I put him in the madhouse. Where he belongs, he won't be laughing then.
Market Snaresborough. Not far to go now.
Sit down, Grandfather. I'll go and find us something to eat. Now sit you there. I won't be long.
Well, gentlemen, I've got some good tickets here, and since I can't disguise the fact, I'll advertise it and wager 10 guineas.
And I'll call your bluff, Mr. Skinfleet, and go 20.
Gentlemen, my apologies. I must withdraw. A pressing matter.
Bluffing, you see.
Mr. Quilp?
Mr. Skinfleet's not don't inconvenience you, I trust.
There's nothing wrong about the money, Mr. Quilp. I brought you the 100 on the due date.
Nothing wrong with the money, Mr. Skinfleet. Never with you. You're a businessman. Same as I. Now, I need a favour from you, that's all. Your health. There's a certain old gentleman I'm anxious to see. Now, some to drink and others to opium, this dear old soul is addicted to the card table.
Ah.
I've reason to believe he's in this part of the country, wandering from place to place on foot, and I'll calculate that sooner or later this addiction of his will lead him to the gaming table.
No doubt of that.
And so to that cheerful, pleasant grove of plenty where you hold sway, Mr. Skinfleet.
Oh. Well, I flatter myself that not much happens in that line without my knowing of it.
Or having the means to find out.
Yeah. But happily for the prosperity of the trade, there are many such old gentlemen about.
This one don't travel alone. He has with him a child, his granddaughter, and he won't part from her nor she from him. Nellie Trent's her name. You saw her at the wharf, remember?
Oh, yes, I recall. She's pretty enough to turn faces wherever she goes. Rely on me, Mr. Quilp. I'll pass the word.
Do so, Mr. Skinfleet. Find them, and find them soon.
How's your sleep?
Just Quilp himself. Come, quickly.
We must be more careful, Nell.
We will be, dear grandfather.
I know your face. I seldom forget a face. Never such a pretty one as yours, child. You was at the fair with the Punch and Judy men. Very sorry I was to see you in such company.
Do you know them, Mom?
Coddling and Short. Do I look as though I know them? Does the caravan look as though it knows them? Oh, dear me. Are you hungry?
Oh, no, thank you, Mom.
Oh, but you're thirsty and your foot sore. You wouldn't say no to a nice cup of tea, I'll bet, old gentleman. Would it make much difference to the horse if we took these travellers with us?
Oh, it's very kind of you, but...
Well, George, I do hope I'm not hurrying you.
Well, Mum, they make a difference, of course.
But not much, eh? Well, that's settled then. That's settled then. Now, come on, the both of you. Eat and drink as much as you can and don't spare yourselves. It's all I ask of you. Come on. Read that for me, dear. Read it out loud.
Charlie's Waxwork.
That's me. I am Mrs. Charlie. Oh, go on, child.
100 figures, the full size of life. The only stupendous collection of real waxwork in the world. The genuine and only Jarleys. The royal family are the patrons of Jarley.
There. I knew she was a reader. I'm not myself, you know. You have been finely educated, I perceive, my dear.
Finely educated? I was her tutor, madam. And you'll find no readier or quicker pupil in the entire kingdom.
I've never seen a waxwork. Is it funnier than Punch and Judy?
It's not to be spoken of in the same breath as some trumpery fairground amusement, no. A waxwork is calm, child. And what's the word? Critical. Classical. Calm and classical.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Mom.
And so like life, that if a waxwork only spoke and walked about, you'd hardly know the difference. Well, I won't go so far as to say I've ever seen a waxwork quite like life. But I've certainly seen some life that was exactly like waxwork.
If you don't mind my saying.
Where are we headed, Mom?
Hookham, a very fine town. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie's world-famous waxworks collection of upwards of 100 figures. All other collections are being gross deceptions or imposters. Be in time, be in time, be in time. Price of admission only sixpence. Be in time, be in time, be in time.
You know, go.
Now, here we have Jasper Thracklemorton, of atrocious memory, who courted and wed 14 wives and destroyed them by tickling the soles of their feet as they was asleep in all their innocence. Now then, let's see what you know, eh? Now, who is this?
Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of the French.
Oh, very good. Born 1769, died?
1821.
Oh, and who is this?
General George Washington, the first President of the United States of America.
Oh, this child is a miracle of learning. And a good credit to you too, sir, I'm sure. Now then, how would you like a good situation for her? 5 shillings a week to show the public round, board and lodging all found, eh? Whoa, this is no common offer. This is Jarley's waxwork.
Well, my grandfather would have to lodge with me, Mom.
Oh, naturally, child. He won't be too proud to dust the figures and so forth.
Dust? Oh, I shall be most honoured.
Oh, well, that's settled then. Let's have some supper, eh?
Nice little fair, also separated. Thank you very much. How about a nice
Well now, Kit, you know me, Witherden, your former master's lawyer.
Yes, sir.
I am anxious to trace little Nell and her grandfather.
So's Daniel Quilp.
I have no business with Daniel Quilp.
So you say.
Certainly not. The very idea.
Nell and her grandfather were seen heading westward in the company of 2 Punch and Judy men.
But alas, their present whereabouts are unknown.
No disrespect intended, sir. I know you, but I don't know him.
You may trust this gentleman, Kit.
There's talk that when Quilpus finds my master, he's going to shut him away in the madhouse.
Nonsense.
Why did Samson Brass wear an affidavit for a magistrate then? And Brass is Quilp's attorney.
This gentleman has clearly stated that he has no connection with Quilp.
Well, that may be good enough for you, sir, but with all respect, it ain't for me. So if you'll excuse me.
Kit, come back here this instant. Oh, by heaven.
Let me deal with him, Mr. Witherden.
You were fond of Nell, weren't you?
I was, sir.
Listen to me. I've only one aim. To restore Nell and her grandfather to their former prosperity.
That may be so, sir. But I've only your word for it, and I don't know you from Adam.
Well, that's a baffler. Kit?
Morning.
Well met. Which is to say, well, to hit the point, I was passing and couldn't help noticing you in conversation with a certain gentleman. Distinguished sort of a fellow. Doesn't mince his words. He lives in my house, you see. At least in the house occupied by the legal firm, in which I'm a sort of a managing partner.
Samson Brass's house? He lodges with Brass?
Exactly. He's a good fellow, we like him, but he's eccentric. You, wouldn't happen to know his name, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
It's queer. Decidedly queer.
What ho, young swiveller? Get a name out of him, did you? For Brass's lodger, a name?
No. No, Kit didn't know it.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it. Well, that's interesting in itself.
The name Brass reminds me that I must be about my business.
And reminds me that your business is my business. That safe for Brass's, do you know what he keeps in it?
I've never seen it open.
Do you know where he keeps the key? Find out for me. Go on, then. On your way.
Dog! Dog!
Never mind cartwheeling. You followed the lodger this morning, right? Where did he go?
Uptown.
And do?
See a Punch and Judy.
Don't get with me, dog, or I'll cut one of your feet off.
It's true. Then he came back into town to see another.
Punch and Judy?
Yeah, Punch and Judy.
Punch and Judy.
Is it not infinitely pleasant, my love, to be strolling through the town on a Sunday and to hear the bells of the church ringing out for evensong? So much fine architecture, such antiquities.
Sir, would you ever buy a flower now for the pretty little girl?
I have no
She
ready
would love a little flower.
I'm sure
They're
she
so
would.
fresh. Grandfather,
Yeah?
quick.
Tell me ninepence, sir.
How much? He's a creature of Quilp's. I saw them together at Market Snares.
That's outrageous.
We must stay out of sight.
Yes. We've travelled no distance at all, and an exceedingly bumpy ride. I think this should be sufficient for your purposes. And don't answer me back, all right?
Come along, Grandfather. Here, Grandfather.
Oh.
Sit here and rest.
Oh, yeah. Rest. Did you say? Where can we rest when we're being hounded from pillar to post? Where can we lay our heads?
As soon as night falls, we'll go back.
Go back?
Of course. I'll go ahead to Mrs. Jarley's and find out if anyone's been inquiring after us. If not, then it'll be safe to return there.
Yes. And what if they have been inquiring after us? And if it's Quilp? All he wants to do is to lock me up, lock me away from you. Come on.
Sit here by the fire.
Yeah.
You must get out of these wet clothes. I'll see if they have a room here.
Picks on the card.
Grandfather, the land...
What money have we, Nellie? Oh, come, you were paid by Mrs. Jarley only yesterday, I know that. Give it me.
Grandfather, you're not yourself.
Give it me, will you? Come on. Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. I spoke harshly. But you see, you must give me the money. It's your own good. I wronged you, and I'm putting everything right. So come on, give it me. I must have it! Wait for me. Here.
You haven't touched it. You'd best put up here for the night, miss. You and the old gentleman.
No, we must get back to the town.
Wouldn't be done, miss. Listen to it.
But we must get back.
The roads is all awash. It'd be the death of you.
We'll take 2 rooms then, please.
As to payment, pardon my mentioning it, miss, but circumstances being as they are, I have to ask cash in advance. Broke, are you?
No. No, Mr. Landlord, I'm not broke. Here, get me change for this.
No offense, miss.
Just get me some change, will you?
Of course, miss. Straight away.
My hand again, I believe, gentlemen. Your fortune's favourite tonight, Mr. Luke. So it would seem, Mr. Joe. You play on, sir?
On and on, sir, till I get my revenge.
And you, sir?
What?
Do you play on, sir?
No. No.
Sorry to lose your company, good gentleman. Changed your mind, good sir.
Grandfather,
Yes?
do you think they're honest, the people at letters? I ask because well, I lost some money last night, out of my room. Unless it was taken by someone as a joke. Only as a joke, Grandfather. Which would make me laugh, if I could but know it.
No one steals money as a joke. He who steals it does it to keep it. You didn't happen to see the thief, did you?
No. No, I didn't see him.
Well, in that case, I should forget all about it, you know. No good comes out of... You know, Nellie, in life, there are always some bad apples in every barrel.
Wait here. If all's safe, I'll come back for you. There's no sense in both of us going. Wait here.
Oh, I've been worried half out of my wits about you. Off you go now then, Janie.
Thank you, ma'am.
Where have you been? Where's your grandfather?
We were caught in the storm. We took shelter at the inn.
Oh, and caught a nasty cough into the bargain. Oh, you've got to come with me, my girl. What you need is a tonic.
Mrs. Charlie, has anyone been here inquiring after us while we were away?
No.
A tall man with spectacles.
No, I've never seen anybody of that description.
Oh. Well, I must go fetch my grandfather.
Oh, dear.
And now, Mr. Punch, you're a very naughty man and you'll have to come along with me. Come along with me.
Oh, I'm not naughty. Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, you are, Mr. Punch. Now, come along with me. Come along with me.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hurrah-dee-da, hurrah-dee-da. Hey, that's the way to do it. A big clap for Mr. Punch.
your health, master.
It will be worth your while. Well worth your while to deal openly and frankly with me.
Didn't I say there was sure to be an inquiry after them too, Mr. Coughlin?
Didn't I always say that that sweet Nell was the most interesting child I ever saw in my life, Mr. Short? I was her particular friend, sir, more so than Short.
What the devil you were?
The devil with that. What can you tell me of their present whereabouts?
The last week...
Mr. Short, I take the hat round, remember, that's my branch. No doubt this gentleman intends to come down handsome, but we need to know terms before we deal. Bearing in mind, sir, that I was the friend, I don't mind, Short, she'd say, God bless her.
You'll have £5 apiece if you tell me where they are. Will that do?
The last week...
Mr. Short.
Aren't you satisfied, Mr. Coughlin? I am.
Oh, for the love of heaven.
The last we heard...
was from Jerry.
The organ grinder.
Who saw him?
Not a week ago.
In Hooksham.
At Jarley's waxwork.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And that's all, ladies.
A miracle. That's what she is, sir, that child. A blessed miracle. Now, look, say they give her presents. Oh, she makes more that way than what I pay her. Uncanny, isn't it, madam? How lifelike they are. Yes. I should have her pose for a model. I should indeed. The young Madonna, eh? Or Joan of Arc. Or simply an angel. I'll get some more tea. George, some hot water.
Nellie? I need some money, dear. You'll get this back with a gallant interest, I swear it. After all, it's all for you. Yes, it's all for you.
Oliver Cromwell. Elizabeth I. Jasper Thrackmorton. Napoleon Bonaparte. Emperor of the French.
Man is a Martin,
Well then, old gentleman, you have courage, I'll give you that. Courage indeed to ask me for a loan. So you can get back all you lost to my friend Isaac List.
Oh, I didn't know the two of you were friends. I didn't expect to see him here.
Stay a moment. Just because I am bound by the sacred ties of friendship, that needn't be an end of it.
What's this, Tommy?
Come, Isaac. You're a gaming man. You know what it's like to feel your luck is on the turn.
Well, I do, certainly.
And you know the pleasures of winning.
Ah, that, yes. The delight of picking up the yellow boys and sweeping them into one's pocket.
And the sweetness of knowing that you have a triumph at last, and you didn't turn back spite of all but went on. Well then, the good lady who keeps the waxworks, Mrs. Jarley.
There's a thought. She has money.
Oh, no, I couldn't ask her.
Bear with me, my friend. I've heard she keeps her cash in a box under her bed.
And never locks her door for fear of fire. Steal?
Steal? I hope I would never be guilty of inciting a gentleman to steal. No. Borrow. Merely borrow without the formality of asking. And when you're able, pay it back.
When he's able. But what if he ain't?
You shouldn't consider that, Isaac.
Well, if it's to borrow, I suppose I could do it without any danger to myself. After all, strangers are passing in and out all day long.
That's the spirit, and I'll see fair between you.
But I must have my revenge, mind. And he must stake coin against coin down to the last.
Are you willing, Isaac?
I'm willing.
You're willing? Right, gentlemen. Tomorrow night.
As you please. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Well, we've hooked the old fool.
And now we'll land him. What's that?
It's a girl. Didn't Skinfleet say something about a young girl and an old gentleman?
He did, Isaac.
It's Quilp that wants him, isn't it?
Quilp it is. Daniel Quilp himself.
Hello, Albert.
Hello, Kit.
Hello, kids. You!
Now, kids.
Keep out of this.
Now, listen to the gentleman.
He's Samson Brass's lodger, Mother.
I know that.
What?
I took the room as a listening post.
He's your former master's brother.
What?
We loved each other dearly. He was the delight of my childhood, the companion of my youth, and the bitter rival of my maturity. We fell in love, both of us, with the same girl, a girl of great beauty and sweetness. Did he ever talk of her, of his wife?
Often, sir.
What did he say?
Well, Miss Nell looks very like her.
The very image of her.
Well, to be short, my brother married her. I went to America. All communication between us ceased. I entered commerce. I prospered. As my fortunes rose, my brother's sank. But I knew nothing of it. Then 3 months ago in Boston, I chanced to meet an old family friend who told me of my brother's desperate plight. I determined to end our quarrel and to restore him to peace and prosperity.
And he's found them, kid.
I know where they are, and I intend to go there. But my brother may not wish to see me. His pride may reject my assistance. Therefore, I have need of an ambassador, one whom he knows well and trusts.
Well, me, sir?
If you're willing.
Well, I'm willing, sir, but I'd do more harm than good. And Miss Nell, she trusts me. But the old gentleman, he threw me over, sir.
What?
He wouldn't let me near him, sir. Nobody knowed why, not even Miss Nell.
Is there no one else who could serve my purpose?
All aboard! Westbound stays to Hookshire! Westbound stays to Hookshire! All aboard now! In you go, sir.
out tonight. I may be late. I'll leave you in charge.
Why, madam?
Grandfather?
You look ill, my dear.
Well, I couldn't sleep last night. I was troubled by a dream.
Oh,
Of you.
of me?
Well, he looked like you. He was in a darkened room at night, robbing a sleeper of her gold.
Of her gold?
It was Mrs. Jarley.
It's only in a dream, isn't it?
Yet it was so real. I almost ran for a constable. Grandfather, I think we should go away from here. At once. Tonight.
Yes, we can't stay in a place where you have dreams like that. No, no. No, we will go. We will. Nell, come, come.
Gone? Where have they gone?
I don't know, sir. I only wish I did. It's all...
Lunacy!
You!
You've had a lucky escape, Mum. I'm amazed to see you still alive.
See me alive?
The old miser's mad. He ought to be locked up for the protection of the public. And so he will be, when I find him.
You'll have me to contend with first, Mr. Quilp.
Hello. Kit's mother. How are you, my dear old duck? You could take her live for one of your figures, Mum. Yeah. Sprinkle a little salt on her. Lot's wife turned into a pillar. Eh? No?
I should stay here a few days to start inquiries. Thank you for your trouble. I'm sorry your journey has been fruitless.
No sorrier than I am, sir.
Good day.
Such a dreadful smoke, ma'am.
Yeah.
Some folk are frightened by the sea, you know. Not I. I feel safe by the sea. Did I ever tell you about...
the house you and your wife once had on a cliff?
Yes.
About 100 times, Grandfather.
Old men forget.
Yet all shall be forgot. But he'll remember.
With advantages, the feats he did that day.
Was she very beautiful, your wife?
She was very much like you, Nellie. In fact, here, with the good sea air to bring the color back into your cheeks, you'll look almost exactly like her. She lives again. in you. We'll be safe here, you and I. Quilp will never find us here. And all that went before was a dream. One of your bad dreams.
To be forgotten.
Oh, pray God, to be forgotten. Oh, we must search for shelter, my dear.
He's been scaring me out of me 7 senses all the way to London and all the way home.
You get out of there. You let her alone. Kit, honest young Kit, good young Kit.
You get out of here, or it'll be the worse for you, you little monster.
Monster? Oh, no, that's wrong. Hobgoblin. That's your word for me, Kit. You surely haven't forgotten hobgoblin, Kit. I haven't, Kit. I remember.
We must stay here at the inn tonight.
We have no money for inns. We have no money at all. Come. I'm better now.
Come on, my dear. Yeah. Lily! Help! 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 Help me! For the love of God! Help me! Help me!
Why, it's my little pilgrim.
She's dying. I killed her. Oh, my follies, my madness had killed her.
I won't believe it. He's never been gone this long.
Not a word from him in days.
What harm could have come to him?
He has his enemies, Ma'am.
And he's twice as strong and thrice as clever as any of them.
Nevertheless, although we hope, nay, though we pray for the best, we must prepare ourselves for the worst. Always remember, dear Mrs. Quilp, that for our lamentations we have the infallible solace of our expectations. However, we must hope for the best. We will leave no stone unturned. We will prepare a descriptive advertisement to be distributed throughout the realm. Well now, respecting his demeanour.
Crooked.
How I do love you.
Certainly crooked.
Mrs. Quilp?
A little so, perhaps.
Very crooked.
Let us not say very, Mrs. Ginny. After all, he may be gone to where his demeanour will never come in question.
Well, proceed. Proceed.
Quite right, ma'am. Our faculties must not freeze with grief. His nose now.
Flat.
Flat! Flat! Goldie's flat! Don't you see it? Expectations? Not yet, dear friend. Not yet a while.
Mr. Quilp, such a relief, sir. Such joy, such a sudden reversal of desolation.
Have you done? Then good night.
Yes, quite so. At such a time, Mrs. Quilp, understandable. May I, however, express once more my heartfelt...
Good night! And good night to you, Mrs. Ginny.
Oh, tears, Mrs. Quilp. You sorry I'm safe and sound?
Oh, no, I am glad indeed I am.
Yeah, rejoice, dear.
Yes, I do.
Well, here's more for your rejoicing. They got away. That precious pair whose cause you plead so fervently.
Nell?
Yeah, Nellie and her grandfather. Now all the West Country's laughing up its sleeve at me. Isn't that cause for rejoicing?
You must be hungry, Quilp.
Not just this minute.
You must be tired. Come to bed.
Oh, like that, would you, my helpmate?
You know I would. How could you go away so long without sending me word of where you were? How could you be so cruel?
I was in the humour to be cruel, I suppose. I'm in the humour now.
What do you mean?
You tire me, Mrs. Quilp.
No.
You irritate me half to death. And as for your mother... Oh, I live at the wharf. Yeah! I'll be a jolly bachelor again.
You can't be serious.
Why not? You've been a widow in anticipation. I'll be a bachelor in earnest. Well, I'll come and go, you know, like a will-o'-the-wisp. Come when you least expect me and go when I take the fancy, like now. So I hope you didn't get anything too nice for dinner, because I shan't be here for it.
Quilp!
It's you. I don't understand. What is this place? And where's my grandfather?
In the next room. Still sleeping, I hope. Now, drink this. You've been very ill with fever. Drink it down. Very bad?
Horrible.
You remember I told you I was to take up a new post in a village school? Well, this is the village, and yonder is the school. And the salary is £35 a year. Come in, sir. She's awake, and very much better.
I thought we'd lost you. Are you really better?
I feel better. Truly.
You'll forgive my saying so, sir. I think she should not be tramping the open road again for some time.
Oh, of course not, no. But we can't stay here. After all, we've trespassed on your hospitality quite enough.
Bear with me a moment, sir. I think it very likely I can find employment for you here.
Mrs. Schimpfley, come in. You have news for me?
I do, Mr. Quilp, and important enough, I thought, to be brought to you in person.
You found them?
I have.
You are a marvel.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Let's have it.
Well, there is a certain...
Waxwork?
Yeah.
Charlie's world famous waxwork?
Yes.
Yeah. You'll use his stove, dear friend, like my breakfast. The birds have flown.
Where?
That is for you to discover. The old man's sure to go to the card table again. He can't keep away. So ears to the ground, Mr. Skinfleet, ears to the ground. And don't delay. Oh, Mrs. Quilp. What are you doing here? I'm dead, ain't I?
Come home, Quilp. Please, come home.
I'm very well here, bless your eyes. Solitary and sequestered as I like. Secure from all spies and listeners when business is to be done. Nobody near me but rats. Yeah, they're fine, stealthy, secret fellas. But business.
I miss you. Won't you come home?
I've always been mindful of business, even in the midst of pleasure. And time has flown this morning, I declare.
Quilp, I...
Farewell, beloved.
Render me an account of what's owing. If I believe it, I'll pay.
With what?
Money, of course.
Money, yeah. Who steals my purse steals trash. But he who filches from me my good name, Shakespeare. Before ever you put your hand in your pocket, I'll put that old man in the madhouse where he belongs.
On this testimony, I think not.
I'll put men away on less.
Unfortunate wretches without the means to go to law. We have the means, Quilp, and a short way of dealing with blackmail.
Blackmail. Oh, that's a beautiful word. One of the most beautiful in the language. It has a poetry about it. Yeah, no, it's not blackmail. As to the law, neighbour, possession will always be 9 points of it.
His good name. What the devil does he mean?
The world goes in fear of him. He must be revenged on your brother, or the world may lose that fear.
Is that worth more to him than money?
To Quilp, yes.
And if he should find my brother before us, what could he do?
It would be better if he did not.
Then he must not.
Mr. Quilp, my dear sir.
Of all the girls that are so fair, there's none like pretty Sally.
Wonderful. He's quite the troubadour, you know.
Take this down to the city, would you, Swiveller?
Now, there's a lad named Kit.
Kit Nubbles, I know him.
Yeah, put up your book, Samson. We don't want any documents. I don't like Kit.
Nor I indeed.
This Kit is one of your honest people, one of your fair characters, a hypocrite, in short, a double-faced sneaking spy and a yelping insolent dog besides.
So fearfully eloquent.
Come to the point, and don't talk so much.
You're quite right, Sally. Well then, I owe him a grudge.
Enough said, sir. We can be relied upon.
And he works against me in my pursuit of Nellie Trent and her grandfather. In short, I hate him and want him put out of my way. Can you devise a means?
Certainly. We have a burden of our own we'd gladly be rid of. Our clerk, Swiveller.
He don't suit?
Not at all.
Get rid of him, then.
You wouldn't object?
What concern is it of mine? Throw him back into the street, if you will. After you've dealt with Kit Nubbles.
No documents, he said.
Oh, but you know what my memory is, old fellow.
You play a dangerous game, Brother Samson.
Quilp is a dangerous man.
Take her. It was an abbey. An ancient foundation, fortified as you see. Long since abandoned, but still the property of the church.
So peaceful.
It's a beautiful old building. Look there.
Oh, I say. Nellie, look. That 16th century French, you can tell, that very typical Gothic opulence that, oh. Ah, yes. Well, that's late 14th, early 15th century. I wouldn't wager on it. It's Italian, of course.
We can't live here.
Don't you like it? I do. It has an air of sanctuary.
Oh, of course we like it. Don't we, Grandfather?
Yes.
But who would ever let us live here?
But the church employs a keeper to clean and safeguard the building and tend the burial ground. The post is vacant. I've spoken with the Archdeacon, and it's yours, if you want it. The pay is very small, I fear.
Pay? Grandfather, do you hear?
Yes.
This is everything we've dreamed of. As you say, sir, this is a sanctuary.
Don't you worry about
Ah, Christopher, my dear boy. Come to see our friend above stairs, have you?
I've got letters for him.
Quite so. Quite so. Now, when you've delivered them, do me the kindness to look into the office for a moment. You'll not regret it, I promise.
Oh, very good, sir.
Thank you, Christopher. Great heaven!
What is it?
Reuben and Marsh have settled.
Never!
Mr. Swiveller, have the goodness to look at that and tell my sister what it is.
It's banknote for £5.
Are you certain? Examine it carefully and minutely.
Yes, it is without doubt a banknote for £5.
Drawn on what bank?
Fields Bank.
Thank you, Mr. Swiveller. There you are. I said they'd settled.
Step down to the city with this, would you, Mr. Swiveller?
Again?
And at once, if you please.
Now, don't fumble it, old chap.
Have you ever known me fumble it?
It's a baffler.
Christopher! Christopher! Come to me. Take off your hat. Sit you down, my boy.
I can't stay long, sir.
Then I shan't keep you long. I'll come straight to it. Well, now, we have a house to let for a client, and are obliged to put someone into the said house to look after it. And thus we're looking to find some deserving person. Someone whom we can trust implicitly. We thought of your excellent mother, Christopher. It'd mean comfortable lodging all year round, no rent to pay, and a small weekly allowance. What do you say?
Samson, I want you.
Don't decide immediately. Take time to think it over. Excuse me a moment.
Inside the lining.
Well done, old boy. Well, Christopher, have you thought?
I don't know how to thank you, sir.
Well, then, that's settled, my dear boy. Come on. You go straight off and see your mother, and you tell her straight away. I'm sure she'll be delighted. What'll the judge give him, do you think?
Transportation at the very least.
Transportation. Delightful. To Australia, of course. Do you think Australia is far enough out of the way for Mr. Quilp?
What the devil's going on?
This is a private office, sir.
In which private business is being conducted, I must ask you to withdraw.
Nothing here, sir.
I rejoice at it, and offer my most humble apologies, Christopher.
What about his cap?
His cap? Nonsense.
Has it never been known for a thief to conceal his gains in his cap?
Thief? Are you calling the boy a thief?
Well, Constable?
Lord bless my soul.
Is this the missing note, sir?
I can't believe it. I won't believe it. Say something, Christopher. Perhaps it is not the one. Mr. Swiveller, your arrival is providential. You saw the £5 we received this morning. You can tell us whether this is the same note drawn on Fields Bank or not.
Providential be hanged. It's a fraud.
Have a care, sir. That is an actionable statement.
Well, Mr. Swiveller?
Well, yes, it is the same.
You say he was left alone? In here, miss?
He was.
Then I've no alternative. Christopher Nabbles, I arrest you in the name of the law.
It's a fraud, I tell you. A fraud!
Step back, sir, if you please. Christopher Nabbles, I arrest you in the name of the law.
Who are your other witnesses? What's your further evidence? Kids, I'll have you out of this. As for you two, you'll live to regret today's work.
Please help me!
Hobgoblin, eh, Kit? Honest Kit? Plain-speaking Kit? Dick! Young Dick, how's the Prima Clerkship? How's the Princess Spies? Hasn't looked inside that safe yet.
This is your doing. You put them up to it.
Up to it? Up to what?
I think you know very well.
I don't think I do, Dick, and I don't think you do either. Not if you ponder it a little, not if you consider what's in your best interest.
I'm not afraid of you.
Afraid of me? I hope not. I hope you'd never be so rash as to give yourself cause to fear Daniel Quilp.
Good day.
Good day, this.
You tire yourself out.
I don't. It's good for me to work in the fresh air.
Not from dawn till dusk.
It's so sad to see so many graves untended. To think that when you die, you're so easily forgotten.
Do you think an untended grave or a few withered flowers are tokens of forgetfulness?
Aren't they?
There may be people busy in the world at this moment, far away from here, in whose good actions these very graves, neglected though they seem to us, are the chief influence.
Perhaps.
Don't you see? There's nothing, innocent or good, that dies and is forgotten. We must hold to that faith, or to none. Even a child that dies will live again in the better thoughts of those who loved it, and play its part, through them, in the redeeming actions of the world. There's the school bell, and I'm late as usual.
No need to hang up your hat. The fact is, Mr. Swiveller, that a young man of your abilities is lost, sir. Quite lost in the dry and fusty antechambers of the law. You're meant for better things, sir. Higher, nobler things. I think you'll find the money correct. Whenever we part with friends, my dear sir, I hope we part liberally.
You are presumptuous, Mr. Brass. You haven't seen or heard the last of me. Good day to you, gentlemen.
Now we can be friends again. Hey, Dick?
And other attractions. Mrs. Grace's.
You're afraid I won't be able to keep away. There must be no clouds between us, no shadows. Everything must be above board. You are frightened that I will not be able to resist the lure of the card table.
Yes, Grandfather.
But why should I seek our fortune at the gambling tables when I've already found our fortune here? I shall never touch a card again.
I'm glad.
I robbed you, and yet you never reproached me with either a word or even a look. I would have robbed dear Mrs. Jarley, too, brought utter ruin upon us both. But you saved me, and I repaid you most cruelly.
No.
Yes. I was even lying when I said that I gambled in order to keep you away from poverty. It was true. It was true at the beginning, but it soon, far too soon, became something quite different. It became an obsession. It became a form of madness.
Grandfather.
Yes. But now, you know, once I've told you all that, I'm free. I'm free. Only time will prove to you that I'm telling the truth, but at least I know it. And I'll see to it that nobody ever troubles us again.
Mr. Complete. Thank you, Mavis. Daniel Quilp, Esquire, Tower Hill, London.
Evidence? You may call a few words scribbled in a book. A book, moreover, stolen by some person or persons unknown. You may call that evidence, Mr. Witherden. I don't.
It will be for a judge and jury to decide.
I fear neither.
Yet if the case goes against you, as in my professional judgment it certainly will, you face a long term of imprisonment. On the other hand, make a clean confession of it now.
Of what, pray?
Implicate the true author of it, and I will myself put in a plea for clemency.
Might I have a private word with my sister?
Hold your peace, Sampson.
The truth will out of...
Keep silent, I say!
You risk your lives to protect Quilp. Would he do the same for you?
It's a point.
I hear no more of this. Come, Sampson. Come, I say!
If you'll excuse me, dear fellow, I'll stay a moment longer.
You utter fool.
She's forthright, you see, sirs. She doesn't mince her words. Yet I think I'll stay.
Then curse you for the coward and traitor you are!
Well, sir?
Mr. Witherden, sir, we have the honour to be members of the same profession. You spoke of a plea for clemency.
You know how the law works, Mr. Brass. Turn Queen's evidence against Quilp, and with me to speak for you, I have no doubt of the outcome. A fine or a short term of imprisonment at the very worst.
What if I were to provide further evidence of other and greater crimes committed by Quilp?
What crimes?
Blackmail, fraudulent conversion, forgery.
And I have no doubt that you'd walk free.
He has a strong box, gentlemen. He keeps it at the wharf. Inside it is documentary evidence of his career that he keeps to gloat over. The blackmail he's extorted, the wills and leases he's forged, the dues and taxes he's evaded, the whole account of his profits from gaming, counterfeiting, opium, receiving. Enough to hang him 9 times over. Now, upon an information sworn by me, you could open that strong box. I make only one condition.
And that is?
Punish Quilp, gentlemen. Weigh heavily upon him. Grind him down. Tread him underfoot. He has done as much by me and 1,000 others for many and many a year.
Samson has been practiced upon and has broken confidence. It has all come out.
Come in here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Mother! Mother!
This is all my doing.
No.
It is.
No, Grandfather. It was Quilp.
I've sent to Westbury for the apothecary.
It was Quilp who hounded us from place to place. It was all Quilp.
Hold on. Yeah, right. Hold your horses. Yeah, hang on a minute. I'm coming.
Where's Mr. Quilp?
He's in there.
Samson Brass, flattering bloodless cur! If only I had him here. What do you want?
This letter came to Tower Hill for you. What are you doing? What's happened?
It's complete. At last.
What are you doing, Quilp?
Making a funeral pyre of my past, Mrs. Quilp. All of it.
Is that letter news of Nell Trent?
None of your business.
Is it?
Still pleading her cause.
You don't know what torture I've suffered since I deceived that child.
Torture? I call it treachery. Get out of it. Take her home, you dog, or I'll cut your throats. And don't come here tomorrow, this place will be locked up. Get out of here! Let it burn. Once I have him in my power, all will be possible again. Let it burn, let it burn! Come on, lad. Open the gates. Come on. Put your backs tonight. Easy. Come on. Go on. Come on, come on, lad. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, go. Come on, lad. Put your
Go on.
backs.
Go on.
Stand back.
Open the gate!
What's this?
It's from Skinfleet.
They're found. My brother and Nell.
You look better, little pilgrim.
I think I am. I had a dream about Kit. Do you remember, Grandfather? The tricks we used to play on each other. Oh, I'd like to see him again.
You must get well, my love. We'll talk about all that when you are well.
Kit will make me laugh. Then I'd be well. I wish there was someone to take my love to him.
Master? My dear master, speak to me.
There's another one. How many more will there be tonight? Spirits.
No spirit, master. No one but your old servant. You know me now, I'm sure. Miss Nell, where is she? Where is she?
They all say the same. All ask the same questions. Spirit.
Where is she, master? Tell me but that, dear master.
She is asleep. Yonder. Oh, there.
Thank God.
Oh, yes, thank God indeed. Hark. Did she call?
No, I heard no voice, master.
There it is. You're not going to tell me you didn't hear that. What? Can nobody know her voice so well as I? She is asleep. You were right. She did not cry out. That is, of course, unless she cried out in her slumber.
Miss Nell?
Look, these are her shoes. See that? How worn they are. She only kept them, you know, in order to remind herself of our long lost voyage. And how the stones must have blistered and cut her feet. She never told me.
Doctor?
But it's a good and happy sleep.
It is. It is. Do you know me, brother?
Yes, I know you.
Brother? We have much to do, you and I. We must recapture all the wasted years that my pride and anger threw away. Nell brought you here, against all odds, through every danger and hardship. She brought you here to the sea, not to die, but to live.
There's nothing innocent or good that dies and is forgotten. We must hold to that faith, or to none. Even a child that dies will live again in the better thoughts of those who loved it, and play its part, through them, in the redeeming actions of the world.